Hey guys, welcome back again to Metaphor ReFantazio. Obviously, we've gone through mainly some of the last bit before we head towards the Tyrant's Star, where Louise is waiting for us. But it seems that this place is completely indulged with dense magma, and obviously there's been a whole numerous amount of monsters, humans, and all that kind of stuff. Obviously we have to prepare ourselves before we face off against the final fight, so I'm not gonna do it too long, and let's get right into the episode. So what have I been doing? Yes, and as you can tell, I've been quite busy. Very, very busy in towards the terms that basically I have maxed out my characters, all their archetypes to 100%, and I've gotten their equipment from each one of them, and some that I like more than others. And yeah, so how do I did this? Well, obviously it goes with those flowers, colored flowers. There's actually one specific type of enemy in the game you get to come across, and it's specifically two, but when you face off with them, there's always together. So obviously those are the only type of enemies that I get to, you get to face manually in battle, and basically they give an overall whopping 7,000 sort of archetype XP. And not only that, if you play on easy, you get 8,000 as sort of XP as well. So in overall, it's more towards a lot of grinding. And trust me, this took hours and hours and hours. Obviously, upon reaching to level 90-ish, that's when I couldn't obviously weaken them to fight them. I obviously insta-kill them outside of combat, and that was, well, the starting point of the more tedious grinding, which is basically getting them. They were getting them to 1,000, and obviously upon reaching to level 99, well, as you can guess, that's more towards, they were even giving me less than 500s. It literally was 400 something. But obviously I took the opportunity to farm through the flowers, because the flowers respawn and each one of them gives you 3,000 XP per each. So I took the opportunity to fight every single enemy on the way. They don't give less, they give you like good hundreds, 200s each, some of them more than others. And obviously I just came backwards and forward and obviously managed to get through every single archetype to level 100. The only thing I've not done is literally purchasing every single skill from every single character, and I'm like, I'm not even gonna use them. I mean, it would be nice to have a whole library like I did with, the main character here. I'm just buying absolutely every single thing that I could possibly imagine. Though, obviously, I think Facilio is the only one I haven't literally prepared. Haven't particularly prepared short of this. I think I'm kind of fine to what I've got here. So maybe that. I think critical trade would do well. So what happens when you get everything 100%? Well, there's actually one thing that more gives you once you do that, which I saved up until this very moment. Incredible that you could awaken not only the prince, but the power of all the royal archetype besides you. Well, seeing as you come this far, I believe I can finally entrust this book to you.
This right here.
It is entitled Chronicle of the End. It's not a chronicle of time, as you might expect, but rather an ancient, fearsome magic, now lost. That said, I do not think the magic itself is evil. In fact, in your hands, it could be used to great purpose. So the chronicle. So the Chronicle of the End. I don't think that he has anything else to say.
Waiting.
Here, kitty.
Pet the cat though. always bet they can't. Oh. So the Chronicle of the End actually unlocks me one strong, very strong synthesis. Something that brings back many memories from Persona 3. Which, if I go to the Prince synthesis, we get the Armageddon's final sire. Cool name, cool name. So, in order for me to use this, I have to have royal archetypes on my team, which that's what I have planned here. So, every single one is kind of prepared under certain situations. Now, obviously, upon getting every single archetype like I always did, trying to voice them, to be frankly honest, there were way too many. And there literally, they just give opinion towards the archetypes they evolve from. One thing I do need to keep in mind, which is literally use this. There we go. Which, though I don't mind this, but like I said, some of them is like significantly increase slash attack. One is Save the King, for example. It's just notify electricity and it gives you a lot of endurance. Increase a counter activity. Actually, I actually much rather have this. Though that gives me the possibility of not getting, you know, RC gave a lot of this. I mean, you can definitely tell how many times they were dropping these. I could possibly keep that and have. I mean, I'm not doing that bad, really. That's because I got magic counter. The reason why I can, the reason why I put magic counter was because of the omni counter. It goes also to physicals, but I'd rather have magic as a counter. Of repelling, so obviously gave some more pierce, so they do now 50% damage. Goemon, a little nod to one of my future personas we might get into actually. It's an almighty blade, increases stealing skills. This one is strength magic of all. That's why I gave her the mind mask, because she can play around with Amadine and Mudodyne. And also Megidola. A lot of much skills as well. That gives a 40%. This one's my favorite because I actually want to see this because she had the King's Crosier, the one we got from the Melancholy Crystals, which we're gonna do the rest of them as well. I think that was the case. And actually, upon completing her 100%, this was the item I was given. And to be specifically honest, I'd rather have this. Reduces the turn icon cost for synthesis. Reduces the turn icon cost in synthesis. And I'm like, so that means she's completely immune. Like, not immune, she's completely fast. No matter what I throw, she won't. Her turn cost won't get used unless it's, you know, if it's a normal attack. So she's gonna be spamming synthesis without a cost turn. RC Basilio, I think it was. Let me show you. So what I'm gonna do is go skip ahead to each one of them that I've not gone through yet, to get these boss rushes. I'm pretty sure this is gonna impact on the fight against Luis. Obviously, like I said, Basilio's one, which is the Axe of the Old God, which, as it's expected, increases his strike attacks. I'd rather much have that because I do have buffs towards all that. Specifically a 50% strike boost. Alright, let's go right into it. So I'm taking Hulkenberg, Stroll, and Heinzmane, which this is supposed to be the first sort of enemy, first boss to be faced in the story. The crystal is here as well, which means...
Yeah, I sense the presence nearby. I bet it's careful now.
Hold on. There we go. Oh, sorry about that. Didn't take long.
Don't tell me.
Something about the. It's about that flapping sound. No, I remember it. Can't be. We've no time for talk. It comes.
Get ready.
I never thought that anything so horrendous. This is going to be a fight for our lives, so be careful.
The humans from the border force? But
To the rear guard! To the vanguard!
somehow.
Hidden arm!
Right, so
I must be now accept your fate.
the first one. Yes, plunder. High chance of stealing rare item from one enemy. High. Yeah, so maybe we can test out some of the new stuff we have here. Plunder. Do you have anything?
Looks like we can't brute force through this one.
No, it doesn't have any rare.
Erupt!
Didn't mean to do that.
You're
Doesn't
going
look
to your
like we
name,
have
eh?
anything we can steal.
Perhaps. Slash!
Critical hit! Hype is a real ace!
I will fight with pride.
Give us try.
Now, what's the play? Are you prepared?
Is it night?
Light Night Proclamation.
You think yourself equal? Now we strike.
Let's see.
I must stay calm. Face me! On me, we go together. Be neither. Now we strike. Deep. I show no mercy.
It's okay. I won't hold back.
Shield! We've got to do something about those apples!
I shall vanquish evil.
Oh,
I stand for all that we strive for. I'll run you through.
You think you're all power of kings? Let us clean. I'll use what I must. Ha! Die!
Forward. Let's set it up. This is it.
there we go. Well, it's a human, so I'll do more damage. Yeah, now the thing is, I'm gonna get those crystals, and I don't know what to waste them on. Phew! Looks like we managed somehow. That was our third time fighting that human.
That reminds me.
Come to think of it, you said you encountered it at the border fort. That would make it your first human foe. I still remember. I was useless against them. Against it then. Not much different from when in Halia, when my home burned. But things are different now. I'm different. I got power enough to protect cities and the people in them.
Oh, definitely.
You'll take no more safe places from the people. Not on my watch. They'll take the ways down.
Yes.
Your words resonate with all of us, lad.
Here we go.
All that's left is to destroy the crystal, if you would, Phantom. Of course I will. Let's do it. See what we get.
Got it.
The magic reaching Louise should be fading as well, at least a little. Let's look elsewhere. We must destroy the remaining crystals. Remains that the crystal is glowing brightly.
Let's go.
What's this?
There are more weapons falling here. They must have come from the crystal that we destroyed. Here's King's sword. Seems as though they'll be useful. I think we can use them in our showdown against Louise.
Hail.
Only mine.
What now?
Okay, interesting. So it's right over here. A sword that was a lifelong companion of a great hero of old. Significantly MP recovery while buffed. How much that is though. Well, as you can tell, I'm gonna jump right into the next one. Alright, upon on the next one, and this time I'm taking Basilio, Hulkenberg, and Heinzman.
Over there.
Oh no, Stroll, sorry, I replaced him, I think. I'm going for physical here. Now I don't know which one this one specifically, so we're gonna have to guess which one it is. Looks like that this is the crystal we're looking for. Not mistaken, a stick of that murderous power.
Watch out!
I can sense it too. It's strong. Everyone be careful.
There's an enemy!
Something's coming. Something huge. That roar. Tis the very same I've heard at the Grand Cathedral. You're not saying. This is the bestial Louise brought to the capital?
Incoming.
We'll kill it as many times as we have to. Attack! I like how they
The human
look
we
different.
fought at the Grand
Here I
Cathedral.
go.
It's even angrier now.
All right. Hold on.
I'm trying to think.
Got us. Let's split some heads.
We're representing Slash.
Something else.
You're wanton destruction.
You're out of here.
Now!
My bad.
Aim for the heart!
That'll do.
It's okay. We can do this.
Looks like we can't brute force through this one.
I shall. Warrior.
Come! Charging in with blade in hand! Not allied! Together! Not that let justice prevail!
All right!
Stay
It's critical.
insane in a fight. You better be ready.
Elio left him wide open.
Behold.
Let's hit that new weakness.
Heroes cry.
No. No, not this. No holding back.
Could do that.
Something. Are you
But I
prepared?
even use House of
I'll
Toby.
cut you down. They die hard.
I stand, oh power of heroes! As the point of a sword, still standing, I
Who
see.
should I?
Come here!
Hold on. Here I go. Wait. Follow my lead. Tell Wooden. All right.
Yeah.
You're out of here.
And unscathed. This was the easiest one so far. So this got to be Stroll's and Hulkenberg's weapons. And that's that. It was definitely stronger than the last time we fought it, but it's not strong enough.
However,
It is an oddly nostalgic triumph. Back then I thought only to protect the home of the prince, that he might someday return to sole desperate intention. Though in fact, you've been fighting alongside his highness the whole time. Indeed, but reflecting about it now, it was never an unnecessary detour. The journey fostered this power. It's the strength to comfort anxiety and blaze a path to a brighter future. It was your greatest gift to me.
that's why.
Thus, I will use this power in your name. Your future is no longer yours alone.
You're right.
That's right. We'll have Phantom get his royal bomb on the throne just as soon as we throw Louis out of it on his. Just so, there are several favors I would ask of you, not just as a friend, but as a king. Well, let's destroy the crystal. Go ahead, Phantom. Sure thing, guys. I ought to have weakened Louis's power to another small degree. Let's keep this up and destroy all the crystals we seek, the remaining ones. Alright. Upon to the next one, which the next one should be the one in Martyras. So I'm gonna change characters here as well. Obviously, let's pick up on these weapons. Like some weapons have fallen. I think they came out of the crushed crystal. Oh, but we get one of each. I see. So we have the Hero King's Lance, War King's Claymore, Mage King's Staff. Any that may add to our strength is welcome. We will use them gladly.
All right.
What now?
Now I want to see. So we go here. Significantly reduces the damage from being hit by your weakness. I'd rather have the one I've got because it kind of nullifies its weakness and gives me far more endurance. War King's Claymore, increased critical hit chance. I'd rather have the base damage, but the fact it's nice. I'm not saying no. But here's the thing, I already got this, which doubles crit hit damage. The damage, so it wouldn't be that bad, maybe? I mean, I already have two things that improve a whole lot more in terms of damage. Though increasing the crit rate wouldn't be that bad. But either way, I want to check on the mage, which I'm going to do that for the item. Let's see. Mage King. Okay, Mage King Staff. Increase strength of all magic. Increase 5 for magic. Alright, pretty good. Well, yeah, like I said, I'm going for the next one, which shouldn't be too long. Just let you connect it. So the next one should be against the boss from Martyra. Alright. On to the next one. This time I'm going to take Heinz May, Yufa, and Hulkenberg. I'm using everybody, so.
Look!
Here's the crystal. Let's break this one down too.
Please, take care.
Be careful. Some kind of aura is rising.
Incoming!
Something's coming. Watch out.
Look,
Everything's shaking. I know that rumbling sound. There can be no doubt. This is a familiar
Stay
warning.
on guard!
I'm pleasantly familiar, yes. I've no fond memories of our first trial with this beast, but we must rally to the fight.
oh no, this is
Oh, the
closer than
worm.
ever. I don't need flashbacks to getting eaten.
Face me!
Okay, I forgot completely about this one. So an elusive dream.
A critical hit. Hindsight a real ace.
And
I
Plasma
show
Night
no
Blade.
mercy!
I shall do my. Here I go!
Let's come forth, Royal Soul!
Good try.
Oh, power of heroes! Not this one. Nice! Is that all?
I'll use what I must. Ah, die! Let us clean up. Now accept your fate.
This is the palace.
For victory!
Oh, and it counts one.
Is it? I ask for your aid.
There's no point of keeping it then. Magic Strike. For 3 turns. I'm not sure if extreme counts far superior than severe. I'm going for severe.
You can do this!
god.
Hold on. Forward! Prince! The magic seeds!
Well, if I'm going to use the weapon, I might as well use a different accessory for Yufa. That takes care of that. Good thing too. Not about to let that thing swallow me a second time.
The sandworms are always the worst. They've been nothing but trouble since the start of our journey.
Look at this.
Remember? It was still the two of us making our way to Grand Trad. In the middle of the desert, we were attacked by them. Seems like a lifetime ago. Can't believe we got this many friends on our side now. And now we're fighting Luis himself.
True.
Yes, 'tis an odd kind of family we've forged since we began our paths. Curious how our number grew. Though of course Nearest would have it that we grew too many. And I bet that's where our real power comes from. It's a power Louise can't believe in. Since he just wants a world where people can have only themselves to rely on. That's what we got to show him. We have to prove that connecting with each other can be strong enough to change the world we live in.
Let's teach that snarky bastard a lesson. There are things in this world worth believing in, even if he can't see it.
Alright.
Oh, all that's left is to destroy the crystal. Phantom, the deed is yours.
Yes, guys, the power of friendship. An underestimated power.
Yeah.
Too powerful.
We're making good progress, even if only a little. The magic reaching Louis should be weakening. There's still a crystal left. Let's track it down.
I don't think it's one crystal left. I think there's still many. We're gonna get all the weapons from every single archetype class. Alright, so we got the Brawler's King's Fist, Hero King's Maze, and Hero King's Abacus.
Very nice.
These weapons belong to the Hero Kings themselves, right? It feels like fate that we were able to obtain them right before our final battle.
We've done it.
Alright, so I think before I'm gonna do anything, I'm gonna definitely take this from her and use something else. Yeah. Yeah. The thing is, this already kind of does it, and it doesn't neutralize it. It's still gonna be 1. So I'm just, I mean, that's what it says, right?
Now.
I'm not going crazy, am I? Yeah, reduces the turn icon cost of synthesis, yeah. So it doesn't stack, sadly. Let's see. So we have, let's check on the items, the weapons. So let's go all the way down. So we have, yeah, we get the King's Corsair. So we have now the Hero's King's Sword, Hero King's Maze. Prevents mental status elements. Okay, King's Lance. It's going to reduce the damage from being hit. Yeah, we already had that. Brawler King's Fist. Reduces the cost of attacks that use HP. You significantly decrease the cost of money skills. Yeah, but I have that way better. Like, sorry to alarm you, but this literally eliminates the cost of money and it gives me 5 luck. Everything I'm getting, it's like useless to me. They're not as powerful. But like I said, I think I'm gonna jump onto the next area, which literally we're getting close. So yeah, I'll catch up into the next one. Alright, so I deviated the path, so now I'm going for a different approach to another boss. I somehow, you know, been trying to thinking about what boss would it be, and obviously I jumped the gun. So yeah, so this one should be the one after Martyra. The only thing that gets me in my head is the dragon.
Alright.
The melancholy crystal looms. Let us see it shattered.
Don't lose focus.
We've been another human looking to stop us. Keep your guards up. I mean, I'm trying to think what other human we faced.
They're upon us.
Here it comes. I sense a human's presence.
What is that?
What's that sound? It's like a storm at sea.
Oh, only one human of the sea I can remember. Never thought I'd see it here. The one we came across before at Ria, the big octopus thing. The one that supposedly Forden got rid of.
I'll do it.
Fine by me. This time, I can crush it with my own hands.
Is this that sea monster from moving to the front? Moving to the rear. Heck, come on, let me out.
Right, masquerade
this.
charge.
How's this?
Thanks. That helped us out. I owe you. Okay, let's do this. All right. Get wrecked.
Julio left him wide open.
Behold.
Let's hit that new weakness.
Here's cry.
I shall fight us then. Let's get on with it. I'll cut you down. Right on time.
This is how strong Kazutobi really is. This monster stood no chance. And I'm getting unscathed every single time.
Actually, that monster just now. That was the human that once lived off the island's coast, was it not?
Yes.
Yes, the very one we fought off on our way to your shores. Only managed thanks to the brother's efforts.
That was how Dill got hurt. But even then he didn't stop pushing himself. Too stubborn to be talked out of it.
But
Got hindsight now though, don't I? Can't tell he was always like that. He was the big brother after all. Probably felt like he had to stay tough when he could, when I couldn't.
Rada was the same way. She shouldered every burden all by herself. But I guess that's how older brothers and sisters are.
aye.
I guess this power is something Del gave me. He's still with me that way. We're still fighting together. It's same with you in it, Lady Juna. You and Rella.
Naturally.
Of course. I'm carrying her and her wishes with me. That's why I can't lose now. Can't effort to let her see me at my lowest again.
All right.
Alright, let us crack the crystal then. The strike is yours, Phantom. Right.
Oh, nice.
Stezzy does it. That should mean less powerful Louise.
Right.
We're doing great. Let's just find the ones that remaining.
Well, we only have one, which is the one from Martira. What remains of the crystals glowing brightly.
Right then.
Look.
Sweet, more weapons. A nice little bonus came out of that crystal for us.
Hero King's banner and Hero King's
Nice.
fan.
Hey, more fancy ones. Bet we can put these beauties to good use.
Right.
Why not?
Alright, one I can actually check from Juno, which is the Hero King's fan. Increases evasion against slash, pierce, and strike. Again, I think the ones that gave me by 100% on my archetypes has been far more greater than the game's giving me. So, yeah, I guess. Thanks. They're good still, but the ones that give me by 100% is still far more. I mean, the one that I have, I kind of understand is Almighty. It gives me all stats of everything. Which is pleasantly enough. I'm not sure actually what equipment do I have. Yeah, literally sharply increases the power of an MP cost of synthesis skills. So now I'll do more damage when I do Royal Sword slash. I wonder if it stacks up with the Armageddon one.
Ready?
Which I should try it now.
All right.
But in order for me to do that, I need to replenish my MP. But because I farm here so many times, I should have a lot of magma pills.
What now?
Which should be right here. Yeah, I'm capped. You too, Stroll. You get some. You too, Einstein. Everybody gets some. Right. So those are now going to be coming with me are Hangsmay, Yufa, and Juna. Now, obviously, what I'm going to do is change Hangsmay's Phantasmal doll. Maybe I will give him that instead. And I use like I think it's Juna's with the royal mask. I like that, but it makes her very limited on in terms of the accessories. Like you can just change her types and that kind of stuff and her skills. It's kind of nice, but it's that sort of thing, you know. It's still okay though. Do I want to give her? Do I want to give her that? It would be strong. But we'll see. Onward.
This is.
A melancholia crystal here too. It's a staggering amount of magma.
No, man.
Bound to be another human nearby. So who's next in the curtain call?
Incoming!
It's gotten stronger. Beware, it comes forth.
The laughter. Oh, the horror. The beast crawled from hell to meet us.
What are you talking about? Why does it sound like a baby? Make sure your legs don't give up when you see it, and be careful. But right now, I bet it's starving.
Oh wow.
That demon baby from Krigante Castle? I thought we'd seen the last of it!
Witness our strength.
It's up to
I
you.
dare say we've made our point.
I've got just the dance. Come on, help me out! Class dancer! A bit much. No one here fights alone.
Look at this.
I'm grateful.
Much sense.
Summoner. This may be excessive. After you.
Vitus power.
I show no mercy. What?
You missed? Work on your
Ouch.
class dancer. Raging fire! That didn't work! That didn't do a thing!
I see your game.
Let us combine our powers! I can do this!
I will. Let's set it up. Not this.
Oh, I kind of fucked up everything.
Perhaps this. I'll use what I must.
They're totally fireproof! You better use something else! I'll give mass dancer! Purified! Now we won't know where we are!
Even my
Keep it up!
strength will be
This is our
needed.
chance! I must concentrate.
Let my power support you.
That's it!
We'll do this
Thank
together.
you. Let's bring
Give
Armageddon.
it all you've got!
How's this?
Oh my god.
Tough one.
Face me. Die. Commendable bearing.
A fast dancer. Twilight.
And I think I could spam it. That's the worst part. I could spam it if I wanted to. Now it won't get stronger, but it will always hit that number.
Right then.
There we beat it. Still, you had to see that bloody creepy thing before.
The Lady of Martyr was raising it as a replacement for the child she lost.
Sounds familiar. That'd be that Sanctorese, eh? The one you dragged to the exhibition.
I learned then that when faith dies, tragedy is born. Those who have faith in nothing only have the past to hold on to. I think Luis is the same way. He seeks revenge on the world from the despair of seeing his home turn to ash. Maybe he believes this to be his justice.
But
I know how he must feel, but I also know enough to say he's going about it all wrong. Luis must be stopped. It's because of that day you awakened me and I gained this power, and I can now think this way.
Right.
Well said. Can't let this country get raised before the good prince even has a chance to rebuild.
Right.
Well, you gotta break the old to build the new. So give the crystal your best shot, Phantom.
Well, the end is nigh.
Nice.
There's less of the crystals. The magma in the air is much less thick than we arrived. The stream of magic should be weak enough for us to confront Luis. We must go and exact justice.
The time is finally come. Let's go. Louise is waiting for us.
But before we go,
very
Yes.
nice.
This is great.
Gunner's King's Bow, Thieves King's Katana, and Faker's King's Dagger.
Well, these weapons are legends, not even greater than that. They are transcendent. It would be a shame not to use them.
Yes, if they would prove more than useful. Thief King's Katana. How many beats? Okay. So you're gonna increase slash attack strength. Increase pierce attack strength. Yeah, it prevents physical ailments. Okay. Faker's King. Slightly increase the strength of synthesis that costs 0 MP. Okay, that one's nice. Faker King's Fan. Invasion against... yeah, we're just seeing that. I think that's all of it. Not missing any one, right? Yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. So yeah. So now we head on, finally. The moment we've been waiting for. The finale. My team will be consisted on Stroll, Juna, and Yufa. I mean, I would like to take, Hulkenberg, but, physical. Oh, maybe I can go with my Hulkenberg, defensive wise, maybe. Like, there's so much I can take. But anyway, that should be everything. So let's get right towards the end.
They've noticed us.
I mean, I could check. I also need to check on the memorandum. So the thing is, just a whole lot to cover through. I don't mind going reading into them, but I know for a fact that it's gonna take me possibly an episode. I'll possibly do a bonus episode. I think I'll give it my all to make this as like the final part.
But who knows? Things could happen and be like, oh, so there's more. If not, like I said, I'll give it like a final read. You know, at the end, with the memorandum. I forgot about those little things. Record my journey.
Yep.
Let's go.
Look,
We shall be able to proceed from here. It is connected to that odd light, I suspect.
You feel his maggot from here. When we cross, Luis will be waiting.
At last, the time comes to decide the true victor. This will be the final time we fight Louise.
Definitely.
We can't allow the royal magic to be used for destruction. It's up to us to stop him, so let's bring the curtain down and end this farce once and for all.
Should we keep going?
It's all been building up to this. Ready? Time to deal with Louise. Let's end this.
Right, let's go.
Nice little throne you got there.
I confess, I did not believe you would actually survive the gore.
Oh, please. Think about what you're trying to achieve. Nothing could stop us from getting to you.
I can accept that you hate injustice. Maybe we do share that. But I have to ask, Luis, why go to this extreme? Is it because you're elder? You saw your village destroyed for petty, evil reasons. Is this revenge?
Revenge? Ludicrous. That would accomplish nothing. An entire tribe does not become so derided to the point of genocide by authority figures alone, but by the vice of the society in which that ignorance is born. Indeed, it would be equally petty of me to take only the heads of the few familiar guilty, for my own satisfaction. No, I would not repay injustice with injustice.
then why? You drew the entire nation into your scheme without hesitation. If not revenge, then what would compel you to such ends?
It is true that I was born in the ancient sanctum, but I never held any fondness for that place. The Elder have long lived in hiding, clutching the truths of the world to themselves alone. A tribe of doors locked and secrets encoded. I wanted to change that isolation. And then, at long last, a man from outside the village came to visit. None other than your father, Prince.
That's...
Though royalty, he dreamed that the tribes might stand side by side as equals. And he rejected none of our village's history, however inconvenient to his worldview. I saw him with the eyes of a child. And for the first time, I felt a dream stir. Were there more idealists like him in the world outside? Was my life of hiding at an end? Under the canopy of that gloom-thick forest, all I wanted was to leave and live upon the open plains beneath a wider sky. That was all. As for what happened to the ancient sanctum afterwards, it is a story you've already been told.
It was set aflame and crushed beneath the church's heel. The sanctist warrior monks and ordinary guardsmen alike, all in the palm of Forden's hand.
Neighbors and kin I'd known all my life were soon nothing but ash on the wind. Too quick to realize their own deaths. I was but a child, trembling before a wall of fire. It was a massacre. It had nothing to do with any hate on either side, or retaliation for any perceived offense. It was only pure injustice. A selfish act of devastation. One thought alone burned in my mind. I would never let it happen again. and so did I walk on.
But what about Holly and all that kind of stuff?
It was tragic.
Thus, I choose to make this a land of eternal, perfect equality, even should it cost my life. I shall return the anxieties endowed upon this scepter, and let it be heard. To burden others with your own fears and responsibilities is cowardice. My royal magic shall craft a world where that cannot be. Such cowardice dies.
Nobody would prosper there. There are other solutions. But our only way of thinking, nobody would prosper
The
there.
world you dream of, there is no prosperity.
Indeed, we all have our own burdens to bear. But that shouldn't mean it's wrong to help each other carry them.
Luis, you're not describing a nation that condemns evil. You're describing a nation that's entirely blind to it. A land of amoral beasts, not people. In the end, I think you're still trapped. You've been stuck in that night of flames all your life. You don't trust anyone. That's why you can only imagine a world apart from you. Unless you can face that anxiety within yourself, then you're no different from everyone you've rejected.
So be it. From the beginning, I have championed world order determined by power. All that remains is for me to realize my truth by burying you beneath it. You are not the sole wielders of these lost archetypes. I am Luis, bearer of the royal scepter. With only a thought, the power of kings is mine to command.
What?
Behold, and I will reveal the secrets still beyond you.
Oh, wow. Holy shit!
Come, we decide our world's future here.
It looks like hell, Persona.
Our land is consumed with anxiety as it has never been before.
So he transformed into an archetype himself.
Foundation for my new, better world. You are but an audience, powerless to tread on history's stage. Let it begin.
We fight for your ideal world.
Archdemon.
Now. We'll take him down. If I can get closer, this is just what I need.
Wait, what?
This might be too moving to the rear. No one here fights alone.
You can do that, help.
I am grateful. Thank you. Every souls of kings, give me strength.
I will crush the fantasy in your heart.
By the sworn oath of... Come! Strike me if you dare.
I'll show you. May, come on, help me out. Fast dancer. This might be a good strategy. I can
Can you do that?
The situation. I ask for your aid.
Let's do this! Let's stay calm. Lend me your strength. Nut, let's go.
Face my wrath. You cannot run from your
Nice one,
fate.
Captain.
With blade in hand!
Huh.
Let my power support you.
Behold my power!
Let's do this together. Behold this power. This might be too. Watch me. anything can behold this power. Looks like we can't brute force through this one. Going for the weak spot, Juna. F-Summoner. Yeah, they're weak to something new. I shall put them all on the line. Yufa hit their weakness.
Let's set it up. By this power. The magic seed still here.
Very good. By all means, challenge me. Stake everything you have on this battle. I will face your convictions head-on and crush them. This is but my first step towards my ideal world. There is no hope for you. Take this!
Nice! I'll rip you through! Right. Smite him, I'll show you! This might sting! Job, Juna! Our summoner! They're weak to something new!
Jack Frost will finish you.
Yufa hit their weakness!
By this power. This is it!
I do not fear death. And yet... I think we've won this one. So the power I have now is not enough. The Magla drawn to the royal scepter has faded more than I expected. Just as I thought. I would be a fool to underestimate you, but I made a decision that day. Even if history remembers me as a destructor king, I will put an end to the injustices of this world.
What? What are you?
Oh boy. What's he gonna do?
I commend you. Clearly no half measures will do. If I am to take your lives, I must stake my own. And all its power.
Damn, we can't get close. Tis a tremendous aura.
I have a vision, and you will interfere with it no longer. Wait!
Again? Oh wow.
It's his gauntlet runner.
Luis still has the royal scepter. If we let him buy time, there's no telling what he'll do.
Bloody hell! We can't even go after him. There's no time to go back down to land and reorganize. We'll do whatever it takes to get that scepter back before the dawn.
Ah, everyone! That bastard Luis took to his Skyrunner!
Yes, we know. Can you go after him?
It'd be suicide, lad. Oh, suppose it's too late to back down now. Well, I was saving some reserve power for the trip home. But if we're using it here, we're using it here.
Guns are nearing its limit. Even if we catch up to him, we may not have a way to get into the Grodrius. But we don't have a choice. We need to put a stop to Luis, to the destruction he would cause. Wait, what if we teleport to it?
Batten down the hatches and brace for the storm. Hop to it now! Get in! I'll just fire up the...
Look over there! Enemies! Ugh, of all times!
Oh wow.
How many are there? Where did they all come from?
He's trying to slow us down. Ain't like Luis to put off a fight, but I suppose he's too cornered to be picky anymore.
Hold on! The old girl's still barely holding together. She can't take off that quickly.
What do we do?
Your Highness, you get in the runner first. We'll buy you some time for takeoff.
We can fight them
We
together.
can fight them together.
No. Even if we get the Skyrunner off the ground, it'll all be for naught if anything happens to you. No need to fuss anyway. We'll just kick them around for a bit while preparations are underway. Does that work for everyone else?
Fine. Suppose I'll keep you company.
Had you not suggested it, I would have done so myself.
What else are we gonna do? Twiddle our thumbs inside while Norris does all the way.
Nearest, don't let us down now.
Right. I'll get it done, damn it. Hop in, Your Highness.
Stay safe, guys.
Well, let's do this.
We hold the line! We must endure this.
Hulkenberg!
Got it. We're powered.
Not good. They're going for the Skyrunner.
Not on my watch.
Let's wreck him.
Hey, what are you doing?
Sure you want to die next to me, old man? Thought you ate platypus.
Aye, it's true I don't understand you and I never will. But I know I don't hate you, boy.
Let's go!
Aye! We fly!
Hope you guys are safe.
A noble must protect his people! Take this! Finally, I've earned my title.
Come on, guys. You're level 99. You should be able to do this on your own.
Straight and steady.
Our kingdom is in your hands, my prince.
We gotta go back! Everyone, they're going to!
We can't go back now.
We have to!
Take cover in the back. You made my dreams come true. You and the rest of them. If we live, we'll meet again.
What are you...
Let's fly!
It converts into rocket boost. You better be alive, Norris.
You've lost everything, and yet still here you stand. I must say your audacity is almost admirable. However, you rejected me, and I will not relinquish the royal scepter. Since we cannot come to terms, we can only decide this through battle. I have but one final question. Prince, do you wish to stop me? Or do you wish to be king? What is it you truly want?
I want to stop you. I want to be king. It's the same thing. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, yeah, I think it just goes more beyond that. It's like we kind of share the same thing. Just I don't know. It's he kind of goes into more, I guess, a more dangerous approach to society. And us, we're like, well, let's embrace everybody. You know, let's all treat as one, like this, you know, from the book. Not let, you know, the ones who are strong to survive and the weak, let them to be transformed into a human. No. But to say to be king, I think it's more like arrogance. Like, I just want to be king. That's it. It could be just that. I think I would preferably say, like, I guess we kind of want the same thing. I guess it's the same thing.
They're the same thing.
But they are not. The king shouldered the people's pain all he could, and still his paradise never came. You need only look at the kingdom now to see that. But it hardly matters now. My ascension is complete. With my own hands, I will tear apart these lie-laced dreams and bury the past. Here ends the royal bloodline and the legacy of the Archetypes. We stand on the threshold of a new dawn, a new age.
I can't listen to any more of this. What new age? What do you know about him? All you do is destroy. You refuse to believe in dreams. That's why you can't believe in anything that's gradual, complicated, and slow to change. All that means is that you give up on everything. You'll never beat us. You're nothing but a coward, trying to escape this reality for one you made up.
The time for words has passed.
Oh boy.
So be it.
Such intense magla!
The quintessential force of the Archetype. Is this all?
Such strength! How? It's happening so quickly.
Behold! This is the Royal Scepter's potential. Resist no longer. As I said, I would rather not force needless death upon you. Embrace it once more. Take your true form and become worthy of my new world. You are unfazed by the melancholy. Yet you thirst. Drink deep of the magma.
Not again!
Are we waking to our new power?
What?
Stop. No. No. Can't be. Wake up! I said wake up! Hey, please.
My obstacles are clear. The boy
Open your eyes.
is no more.
Wake up!
You lie.
Please. You have to wake up.
More. You have to remember.
Where? Are you awake now? I summoned you just in time. Do you remember what happened? What you've done?
I ripped
out my... I'm frankly amazed you would go to such lengths, even to fight back against the spell. If I hadn't saved you, you really would be dead. But rest assured, you're finally safe. As for where we are far, far away from that hellish world. Do you remember the first time we met? I was sure you would find a clue in your journey that might reveal where in the world this place is. So I believed anyway, but I was wrong. From the start. This place is... It was never of that world to begin with. No. Maybe there's a better way to put it. This is a place that exists between reality and fantasy.
Oh, wow.
In other words, the world we've been living in is fantasy. The journey was all an illusion.
An illusion?
There's nothing but despair in that world. And it will never get better. It's an endless, painful, irredeemable hell. I'd always believed that creating a utopia was possible. And if there was desire, then I thought maybe one day someone would achieve it. But I came to realize I was mistaken. In the end, fantasy is just that. A fantasy. But all that primordial chaos only exists in that world. The world of reality is nothing like that. Really, it's an environment you should know quite well. You've come to know so much of it already. Through text on a page. Now, behold!
Oh, wow.
Isn't this? Indeed. It's the world I wrote accounts of in my novel. Until now, you've thought this world a mere fantasy. But it's not.
So the world I know was all an illusion. And the world of the novel is... reality?
Surely you already know.
Wait,
There's
what?
No deadly magic. No prejudice between its people. Now, all you have to do is admit that everything you've been through has been nothing but a story. Just a fantasy. Then this can be your perfect reality.
Wait, what? What's going on?
Your journey of revolution was just a passing dream. Let me take you back to reality, child.
What about my friends?
What happened to my friends?
You don't have to worry. As long as you can accept that this place is real, everyone will be safe. That world is past any point of redemption. Change is impossible. The royal magic was supposed to be the turning point, but it was all for nothing. In the end, people don't want their world to change. They just want someone to be a sponge for their infinite anxieties. That's all. You can't blame Luis for wanting to end that cycle. How could anyone accept that they lived in a world that miserable?
I don't want to give up.
Even so, I don't want to give up on it.
Come on, snap out of it!
What?
Her voice.
My, such disbelief on your face. But once you stop to consider it, the ideas fall apart. Come now. Magic? Some otherworldly force capable of anything, with anxiety as its fuel? A fanciful idea to sustain a fantasy world. Illusion. All of it. Those curiosities in academia, they were there because of the place's connection to true reality. And not even they could endure.
It was really all illusion, even magic?
You still don't believe me. Why is that?
I have unfinished business there.
I still have unfinished business.
But why? What unfinished business remains in an unwinnable battle? If I hadn't saved you, you would have died there. You don't have to chase your fears and anxieties based on some misguided concept of justice. It was all illusory, and there is no shame in accepting that. Reality is a monolith. Reality is unchangeable. So stay here in Utopia, in the place you loved reading about so much.
This isn't
This
Utopia.
place, it isn't a utopia.
Been thinking about it for some time. Doesn't novel truly depict the ideal world?
You deny it? Will you deny that the world of the novel is utopia?
Understand now. It's hard to say it, but this place isn't an ideal world after all. And
I can at least cast my usual spell for you. It's the small comforts, right? Music was the first magic this world ever knew after all. Makes the road a little easier, right?
many have come to know echoes around me, rousing my spirit once more. Magic hasn't been lost.
The journey, my friends, they were as real as anything I've known.
Why won't you understand? Please, I don't want you to die. I can't lose anything else. Truly, I see. I understand now. I remember. I had indeed lost everything. Despite my lofty ideals, I lost everything. Academia, the woman I loved, even my only child.
Yeah. He's remembering he's the king.
Reality isn't just cruel. It's cruel beyond any hope of change. That's why I had wished for someone to strike me down and end my misery.
You hope for death?
My name is Ethnodius V. I once reigned as king. Or I am half of one, to be accurate. I was born of the very magic that split the prince in twain and gave rise to you.
There we go. It was obvious.
This place. No, it is not real. We are inside the book you hold. It served as your key to visiting me. This was the form of my youth. When first I entered the ancient sanctum. Perhaps it would be best to call me a discarded shadow of idealism.
He's starting to sound more towards the king.
I once took such joy and passion from my ideals. I truly believed that I might end the strife and discrimination that plagued our people across nigh endless years. But the tremendous incomprehension and injustice that defines our world, it was more than I could bear. It broke me. And Luis is likely going through the same thing. I want to save you from that despair. I understand now that I would do this as your father. I could not bear to lose my child a second time. If you stay here, at least you'll be saved. Do you truly still want to leave this place and risk your life to face a reality you can't change?
If I stay, I've already lost.
If I stay here, then I've already lost.
You are on the cusp of dying at Luis's hands. Is that not proof enough that we lack the power to change reality? I can't let you throw your life away against that man. I must stop you. Even if you come to hate me for it. Fantasy is a curse, sweet in seeming. And if I must save you from it, I will teach you what reality is.
You're fighting?
I suppose how I promised to travel the world someday is destined to be only another unfulfilled dream. Archetypes embody the power of heroes who sought to change the world. And even having mastered such power against Luis, you could accomplish nothing. I wrote all my ideals into my novel, but my love's death showed me how empty it all was. You cannot sacrifice your one life for an empty dream.
I have to try at
I
least.
have to try at least.
Why can't you see that those ideals will only invite ruin? If no one else, you must live. That world is beyond your help. Beyond any utopia. You must face reality, my son.
By this power. Let's go.
Save you, my son.
Behold, time for some close friends.
So you would vainly struggle onward in the real world. The novel I wrote for you seems to have kindled only ideals of naivete in you. Then even my folly has come to haunt you. My mistakes poison your life. As your father, you leave me no choice. I will put an end to this madness.
Behold.
You sure about that?
This is it.
It was in this story, in this book, where you found your ideals. Haven't you always dreamt of utopia? Why did you resist it now? Why refuse me? Why?
Falling back.
Why don't you understand?
Flare! You're here?
Why? You were my first reader. You of all people have to understand. This is for your sake. Be reasonable.
Forward!
So this is what it means to truly strive toward an ideal. What irony. After I spoke of fulfilling my dream alongside you.
Damn.
What power. To see the archetypes brought to such heights in so little time. If you go back now, your ambitions will avail you nothing. You'll only die a dog's death. What is it that drives you so?
Not sure myself.
Not sure myself.
Are you this determined to cling to your beliefs? Is that truly what separates us and keeps me confined here? Such power. Can it be?
These are the bonds. You wouldn't know until you play all the Persona games.
No matter how dire your fate, you never gave up. You surmounted every barrier, gathered and united soul after soul, and now, at last, across 3 nations, 8 tribes, and humankind. To unite heroes across such abyssal divides would require surpassing power. The king of all archetypes. Is that the role you would seize? A true king in body and soul.
Do you hear me?
Oi! Wake up!
How? Their voices reach you? Even here? It would seem your future's not yours alone to decide.
Those are my friends.
My friends are waiting for me.
The support and ardor of your allies. Yes. The very power that reveals paths beyond your own perspective. I see. That is whence you draw your power. Neglect anxiety, and magic will lead to ruin. Even before the war of destruction, the downfall was foretold. Yet still, they met their prophesied end. Perhaps archetypes are the will of humankind of old, left to us. A plea that we learn from their failures, that we might rebuild the future ripped from them.
We don't know that it can be done. I want to try.
I have to try. I want to know how far I can go.
Fascinating. Even as you face down the gravest oppression of reality, still you persist. Still you seek the world's unknowns as precious possibility. I see. Well, if you can believe there is more to the story than the end I see, then it is yours to tell. Once you return to reality, this place will surely fade as the dream it is. I, myself, will not be spared. Unlike you, my other half is long gone. And any reunion, lost. But if I truly am the idealized soul and hope of your father, then before I fade, I entrust you with the power of my life. Not as the author Moore, but as your father, the king.
Our next archetype power. The one that will relinquish Louise, the archetype of the king. City before me fades away. Back in the academia. I wrote my ideas as fantasy novel because I believe that there's power in fantasy. Though all my story ultimately did was trail in the glories of the past. Perhaps yours will show us the true power of fantasy. So carry on as you would. Make your final preparations by time as more may be coming to an end. But I can continue to serve you in that role. This could very well be my last time here, so I ensure I leave with no regrets.
Now that you say it.
As for the Seeker's research, allow me to close the book on it. It's already well beyond the scope of anything I could have imagined.
I've been waiting.
Right.
Please, do make yourselves comfortable. Do make yourself at home.
Everything is done, so even towards the mask, the summons. Don't I get the power of kings?
Listen here.
finally understand it all now. This is unmistakably the formula of the royal magic invoked by the king. Small wonder if it was found in this room, for I myself am the former king who wrote it, at least in part. The royal magic brought many wonders to fruition, but the essence of my spell stems from one simple wish. The desire for guidance. One would bring about the emergency of a hero, a seeker who would play an indispensable role in making this country rediscover the virtue it had lost.
However,
not in my wildest fantasy could I have imagined that you, whom I thought long dead, would become that hero. Through the power of guidance, a hero emerges. Then the secret archetype I awakened to was. After I committed the formula, I used the royal scepter to invoke the magic that would put things into motion upon my death. Once it began, those words coursed through my mind. I know not what spurred me to do so, but I wrote them all down with frantic urgency. That's why the language of a faraway land is scrawled throughout the scroll. Even now, I don't know the full significance of them. However, I can only imagine that they were an essential part in reaching the true seeker I sought. In any case, that very hero appears before me now. The cogs that have been set in motion can no longer be stopped. O great hero, I entrust the future of this kingdom to you. Thank you, Papa. Thank you, Papa. I'm gonna save here. Not sure if I get anything else from the memorandum, but I'm most likely gonna use this bot to read them. If you leave here, you will able to return. You will never be able to return. Are you certain you've done all you need to? I'm ready to go. When you leave that door, a predicament awaits you. If that's even a strong enough word. Louise transformed into a demon, and I decide death itself. But you have already overturned your fated demise once. If you do emerge victorious and become king, you will truly have proved your ideals correct. That fantasy, oh my god. Why am I yawning? Jesus Christ. I apologize. That fantasy is not just an empty dream, but one with the power to change the world. It seems as though my novel has outlived its usefulness. Feel free to leave the old book here. From now on, you'll be the one writing the story, your own true tale of fantasy.